What's up, legends? So, look, what I want to do today is just share a few psychology, I guess, mindset hacks that you need if you really want to succeed long term as a trader. And I think you can apply this to a lot of areas in life. Look, I'm going to share some personal journeys that I've gone on, but I think what I'm going to share today is just two of the most important psychology shifts that I need to make to actually get further in my trading journey. So the first thing that I believe is most people fail at trading, not because they're bad traders, but because they don't understand what stage they're at. And what I mean by that is when you want to learn a skill, especially like trading or any great skill out there, you have to go through two stages, which is your learning and then your earning, right? But what a lot of people try to do is they try to do both. They try to learn and earn at the same time. It's like being an electrician and trying to wire a house on your first day. You're probably going to kill yourself. So I wouldn't recommend it. And I think most people want to skip the stage of learning because obviously it's not fun. It's where you sometimes liquidate your account, you don't use the right risk management, and it's also delayed gratification, which most people struggle with, right? But you have to remember it's not about profit. It's about the process and the person that you're becoming, the trader that you're building. And I think the worst thing is when you're in the learning stage, is comparing yourself to someone who's in the earning stage. It's like going to the gym on your first day or even your first 6 months and comparing yourself to someone who's been there for over 10 years and go, wow, I don't have those results, and then feeling like you're failing, right? When I got into crypto, into trading, I was in the learning stage. It was during a bull run, so everyone was making crazy money. And I was sitting there making, what, $10? I'm like, this is not fun. And because I was so focused on them earning and me not earning, that I tried to do both. And I liquidated my account twice, which sucked. But I learned from it, right? And the reason why is if I was using correct risk management, I wouldn't have lost all my money, but I wasn't. I was risking way too much than I should have. I didn't really know what a stop loss was. I just used a liquidation as a stop loss, which is not smart. And it's not going to allow you to build long term. So I really had to realize that if I'm going to learn this skill, I have to go through the learning stage. Just like if you go to university, you're there to learn, not earn. By the time you finish and you've mastered that degree or that skill, then you can earn, right? So treat trading exactly the same. So that's the first psychology shift that I needed to make. So the second psychology shift that I've had to learn the hard way, and I've heard this from many professional traders out there, is when you start off, especially if you're someone like myself who was an apprentice, you don't have much money to make a lot of money. So let's say you started with, let's say, $500 or 1,000. Let's just go 1,000. I think most people can save $1,000, right? So you got $1,000 and you're trading, and let's say you're just making 10% a month, right? Which is only $100. So what happens to most people is because they're only making $100, they overtrade. They use crazy amounts of leverage. They don't use correct risk management because they're trying to make a lot more than 100, right? So they try to make 50%, they try to make 80, they try to make double, triple, whatever it is. Now, just understand that that is a bad habit to have because the best traders in the world aren't even making that much, right? So if you can make 10%, you're doing really well. But because it's only $1,000 that you made 10% on, you then go, I'm not doing well, I need to make more. And this is where most people go wrong. It's like going to the gym, right? Your first day, you just get 200 kilos and you just start doing a bench press. It looks good. You might feel good about the ego, but you're probably going to hurt yourself long term. Trading is the same game. You have to start small. You have to focus on skill accumulation rather than income generation, right? A lot of people, they're focusing on so much on how much dollars they make, but that will never get you far. You focus on the percentage. And what I mean by that is, let's just say that you're starting to trade and you're making 10%, right? And you're using correct risk management. You're making sure you've got a trade plan. You're understanding what you're doing. You're not just gambling. And then you make it 10%, and then you do it again the next month. what you're showing is that you can make 10% a month consistently. And I say do it at least 6 months in a row, because then it shows you that it's not just luck, right? Once you do that, you now know that you know what you're doing. You've got great habits behind you, that once you either have a big account, like let's say 100 grand, 200 grand, then you're making 10%, let's say on 200, you're making 20 grand a month. Or if it's 100 grand, you're making 10 grand a month. And you feel pretty confident that you can do that. So there's two ways you can do it. You can have your own capital, which some people can do, or you can do a prop firm where you've got 150, 200, and then all you have to do is make 10%, right? It seems so easy, but most people overcomplicate it. Just find ways to make 10% every single month and do that consistently, and you will win. But too many of us, because we start with such a small account, we try to overtrade. So let's say once you made 10%, stop trading for the month and just maybe paper trade and practice, but don't use any more of that account, right? And then the next month, make 10%, stop and do it again. This way, you're actually building consistency, you're building the right habits, which will allow you to become a professional and consistent trader. Trust me, there's many times that I've made like 50% in 1 month, and then the next month, I just try to do it again. And because I thought I could do it again, I couldn't even accept a 10%. I had to keep going, and I ended up just blowing my account. It's such a common thing. We try to get lucky for buying into meme coins, and they make millions of dollars, right? The thing is, they've made $1 million by just getting lucky, and lucky is not actually something that's sustainable. Trying to repeat that again, good luck. But learning the skills of actually how to actually pick the right assets, knowing where to buy, knowing where to sell, knowing correct risk management. This is sustainable. This is the right habits that allow you to get further in your trading, in your investing journey, right? Small wins build confidence, and that discipline compounds over time. And look, when I finally stopped trying to make money and started to try to actually master the craft of trading, that's when money actually started to come. So please, guys, try to detach yourself from money and attach yourself to mastery. Because the better you get, the better life gets. And I'm telling you right now, guys, it's not about timing the markets, it's time in the markets. The longer you've been in the markets, the more chance you've got of understanding what you're going to do when the situation comes, right? That's what trading is all about. And I love how people go, oh, but you said it's going to go up and you said it's going to go down. Correct. Trading isn't about 100% certainty or absolutes. It's about probability. And you have to be ready for both situations. And that's what traders do. They make money both ways, up and down. So the market will always test your patience before it rewards your skill. So be patient, master the skill, spend a lot of time in the market, just like you would in university, and get $0 for it. Because I'm telling you right now, guys, trading can set you free if you're willing to go through it. Again, the market will always test your patience before it rewards your skill. Don't forget that. So if you guys enjoyed this, you guys got value, please let me know. I'll make more videos like this. And I'd love for you guys to share me some psychology shifts that helped you in the past. And have a great day, and God bless you.